So I'm Ian Rowlands, one of the co-founders of WhaleFest, which I like to grandly introduce as the world's biggest whale and dolphin festival. Well, WhaleFest is it's a chance for the world of people who are passionate about whales and dolphins to come together in one place. And yes, it's a celebration, but it also raises funds as a not-for-profit event for this global coalition of whale and dolphin organisations. We managed to get Jean-Michel Cousteau to be honorary president of the World Cetacean Alliance. Cetacean is the word for whales and dolphins. So we support the campaigns that are run by that organisation. So from right here in Brighton, we can change the world, which seems crazy. People always say there's no whales and dolphins in Brighton. But we have this incredible history with whales and dolphins. This is the place in 1982 where we voted, the world gathered to vote to ban whaling, killing of whales. So, you know, Brighton loves whales and dolphins. So we decided just back in 2011, let's have a festival about whales and dolphins where you can learn where to see them, join organisations that are protecting them, and understand that it's not just a fringe nerd activity, it's something that all of us get passionate about these animals. And everybody comes together in one place each year, celebrates the animals, but also takes action to do something to protect them. The thing that surprises people when they walk through the door, I think, is these huge inflatable animals. So we have replicas of the whales, but also some of the most compelling speakers on the planet. And so this year, we've got Miranda Kristofnikoff from BBC Coast and the One Show. We've got Steve Backshall from Deadly 60. We've got Gok Wan coming, who has an interest in the subject and brings a mainstream audience with him. And then dedicated experts, Ingrid Visser, a BBC documentary with a woman that swims with killer whales. We've got ex-SeaWorld trainers coming. So it kind of ticks all the boxes of people you might want to listen to and hear what they've got to say. The other thing that fascinates people is we try and bring the experience of seeing the animals up close, which sounds crazy when you're in a big expo venue in Brighton, but we do indoor whale watching trips. We've got this amazing wrap-around screen where you can get on a boat and experience what it's like going out on a whale watch trip and seeing these animals close up. We've got a submarine experience with a 360-degree projection dome where you can imagine going beneath the surface of the waves. So we've got a lot of fascinating interactive stuff, as well as celebrity speaking, TED Talk style 20-minute presentations on the animals. It's kind of all there for you, really. And so for the first year this year, we've got a section called Ocean Wanderers, which focuses on shark and turtle and ray and albatross conservation. These are the creatures that inhabit the deep sea regions of the planet, really. And you know that all of us have a fascination with sharks one way or another. And clearly for kids, often they're more captivated by those than they are the whales and dolphins. And sharks have enormous conservation issues, from the practice of shark finning, or Western Australia just announced they're going to kill sharks because there's too many injuries to divers. We're decimating the marine environment, and it's vital that we use these charismatic species to highlight to people all the things we can do to protect them. It's interesting in that the people that walk through the door are predominantly break into two groups. Parents with kids in the age range of about 3 to 13, and then it's people in their late teens and 20s who are passionate about the animals and want to campaign and do something about it. Clearly there's a sprinkling of grandparents and others there too, but that's how it breaks down. So there's tons for kids to do. It's free for kids, which is always a real bonus, but the parents have got to pay. And then we've got student concessions as well to get in through the doors. I think there are two things, if you're a student, you'd really want to come and check out. If you're interested in getting a career in this stuff, then we have a marine career speed dating event. So at the end of each day, we bring all the experts that you might have heard speak during the daytime into one place. And basically, we do run a speed dating event. But you get your moment in the sun to talk to those guys and say, how do I get a career on TV? How do I work in marine biology? How do I learn to become an underwater photographer? How did you do it? Give me some tips and clues. So you've got that specific event, but you really have a license to go up and speak to anybody in that world during the daytime. You know, not only are we bringing people from Australia, America, Hawaii, Tonga, New Zealand, they're coming from all over the world to come to Brighton. Where else are you going to get that opportunity to meet people who can give you work experience, intern experience? And you know, it's unparalleled, really, that opportunity. Our main campaign this year is why we should stop having animals like killer whales in captivity, performing circus tricks for us. It's plain wrong, it's out of date, and there are still SeaWorld and other marine theme parks cruelly treating these animals, and it's time it came to an end. So our major focus is on opposing SeaWorld, but in particular one killer whale that's in captivity called Morgan. So we are campaigning to get her freed and all the other killer whales freed. We've got this awesome procession through Brighton on Friday the 14th in the afternoon, where we will be freeing Morgan back into the ocean. We've got major tourism companies announcing they're no longer going to send people to these places. It's a protest, it's a procession, it's a chance to stand up and show people who are listening to us that it's not acceptable anymore. And we're on the cusp of some major victories on that. The info about the procession's on the website, so whale-fest.com, come and check it out. We've got a whole section which we call Whalefest Fringe, which are activities in Brighton leading up to the festival. So you'll find details about how to join the procession, how to get involved, what freebies we'll be giving away when you get there, this huge crane that is going to lower the orca back into the ocean as we free it. It's going to happen around sunset time on Friday the 14th, so check it out on the website, but be there. We want thousands of people to show the world that we are going to free the killer whales. I think our dream with Whalefest has always been to reach beyond the people who are proven enthusiasts for the animals, the people that watch the BBC programmes. The interesting thing is that take a BBC wildlife programme, it has a bigger audience share in the UK than the Super Bowl does in America. So in Britain we are wildlife nuts. So there's a big audience there to tap into. But there's a great quote from David Attenborough, and he always gets asked where he got his interest in wildlife from, and he always turns around and says, well, when did you lose your interest in wildlife? And the theory being really that as kids we're all into cats, dogs, wild animals, insects, frogs, toads, and whales and dolphins are often an extension of that, the biggest, the most spectacular. So if we can reach all those people who forgot they were interested in this stuff, then we can really make something amazing happen. So we're pretty active on social media, so you'll find us on Twitter at Whalefest, you'll find us on Facebook easily, Whalefest, but the website, it's whale-fest.com, and it's got the ticketing information, it's got who's speaking on what day, and bits about all the activities, so yeah, check it out. Whalefest is the opportunity to have enormous fun seeing these animals close up in a virtually real way, but it's also an amazing opportunity to make a difference. And who doesn't want to save these animals?